Okay, good morning, students. In yesterday's class, I explained the total probability theorem. If E1, E2, E3 and so on, E1, E2, E3 and so on, En are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Mutually exclusive means intersection of any two is phi, and exhaustive means union of all the events is yes. Once these are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events of a sample space, and A is an event of that sample space, then the total probability of A is given by probability of E1 into probability of A on the occurrence of E1, probability of E2 into probability of A on the occurrence of E2, and so on. Probability of En into probability of A on the occurrence of En. That means A may be happened after happening of either E1 or E2 or E3 and so on, or En. A happened after happening of E1, or stands for addition. A happened after happening of E2. A happened after happening of E3. Like that, A may be happened after happening of either E1, E2, E3 and so on, En. That gives us the total probability of the event A. This is the concept of the total probability. Based on this total probability theorem, we will go through the Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem, the generalized concept of conditional probability. Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem. If E1, E2, E3 and so on, En be mutually exclusive, because any two events are disjoint here. Mutually exclusive means any two are disjoint. That means that is Ei intersection Ej is equal to phi for I running from 1 to n and j running from 1 to n. Moreover, I not equal to j. I not equal to j. In such case, they are said to be mutually exclusive. If E1, E2, E3 and so on, En be mutually exclusive and exhaustive, so of a sample space, yes, that is here intersection of all the, union of all the events is yes. These are all mutually exclusive and exhaustive events of a sample space. The event, then the event. Then the event A is considered in sample space, yes, of sample space, yes. And A is considered, of course, in sample space, yes. Then probability of happening of Ek on the occurrence of A. That means a particular, out of these n events, a particular event happened after happening of this event A. That is given by probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek by total probability k, of course, k equal to 1 to n, probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek. Probability of Ek on the occurrence of A. A particular event happened after happening of this event A is probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek by, this is probability of Ek on the occurrence of, by sigma probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek. The proof is very simple. So, here P of A is probability of E1 into probability of A on the occurrence of E1, P of E2 into probability of A on the occurrence of E2, and so on. En into probability of A on the occurrence of En, which is equal to sigma k equal to 1 to n probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek, by total probability theorem. Just I am using the total probability theorem. Probability theorem. In examination, you have to prove this total probability theorem. So, once A is an event in the sample space in which E1, E2, E3 and so on En be mutually exclusive and exhaustive events, then the total probability of happening of A is sigma k equal to 1 to n probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek. Now, by definition of conditional probability, probability of Ek on the occurrence of A, probability of Ek on the occurrence of A is probability of Ek intersection A by the probability of A itself, by definition of conditional probability. But probability of Ek intersection A is probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek by multiplication theorem of probability, that is P of A, since by multiplication theorem. Just I am applying multiplication theorem. By multiplication theorem, probability of Ek intersection A is probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek. This is equal to probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek by P of A is the total probability of A, probability of Ek into probability of A on the occurrence of Ek. That means here A may be happened before after happening of E1. This is the probability that A may happen after happening of E2. Next one, after happening of E3, like this. A may have happened. So, a particular event happened before A. Probability is probability of Ek on the occurrence of A is probability of Ek intersection A by probability of A itself. This is known as Bayes theorem. This is the generalized multiplication theorem. This is also called generalized multiplication theorem of probability, because we are using multiplication theorem here. To analyze this probability, we are using multiplication theorem, but we are generalizing to so many events, not a particularly two events. Hence, it is called generalized multiplication theorem of probability is nothing but Bayes theorem. So, this wording is more important in the statement, provided that all the probabilities of P of EIs are greater than 0, not equal to 0. So, this is the Bayes theorem. Of course, the applications of this Bayes theorem is more important rather than proof. Now, by using Bayes theorem, I will give one problem to you. Okay. I will give one problem based on this Bayes theorem. Given three identical boxes, given three identical boxes, 1, 2, 3, each containing two coins, each containing two coins. In box 1, both coins are gold. Both coins are gold coins. In box 2, both are silver coins. Both are silver coins. In box and in the box 3, one gold and one silver coin. One silver coin. A person chooses a box. Now, a person chooses a box at random and takes out a coin. Takes out a coin. If the coin is of gold, what is the probability that the other coin in the box is also of gold? The other coin in the box is also of gold. That means the coin should be taken from the box 1. The probability that the other coin in the box also gold means the randomly picked up coin is from box 1. Probability is needed here. Okay. So there are 3 boxes. 3 boxes. In first box there are 2 gold coins, and second one, both are silver, and the third one gold and 1 silver. Okay. In such case, if randomly selected box, from randomly selected box, it means randomly he chooses a box and a coin is selected from that box, and it is found that the coin is gold. What is the probability that it was taken from box 1? That is the probability here. What is the probability that the other coin in the box is also gold? Means the probability of choosing the box 1 is needed here. Let E1 stands for event of selection of box 1. E2 stands for selection of box 2, because the box is also selected randomly. I am taking E1, E2, E3 be events of selection of box 1, box 2, box 3. So, out of 3 boxes, 1 is selected in 1 by 3 ways. The probability of happening of E1 is 1 by 3. Selection of box 2 also same probability. Selection of box 3 also has same probability. The probability of selection of either box 1, box 2, box 3 is 1 by 3 itself. Now A be the event of let event of getting gold coin. Getting gold coin from randomly selected box. Randomly selected box. Randomly selected box. Event of coin is drawn of gold. Okay. So, therefore, A happened, probability of A is probability of E1 intersection A or probability of E3 intersection A. Since there is no gold coins in box 2, I am taking only these 2, because by selection of box 1 you may get a gold coin from box 1. By selection of box 3 you may get a gold coin from box 3. By selecting box 2 we never get gold coin, hence I am leaving that one. Even though if you consider probability of E2 intersection A, that probability is 0 clearly. Out of these 2, selection of box happened before happening of selection of coin. So this is probability of E1 into probability of A on the occurrence of E1. Similarly, probability of E3 into probability of A on the occurrence of E3. Okay, this is the total probability of A. Now, probability of E1 in association with A, this one. Probability of E1 is clearly 1 by 3, and the probability of getting this is the event that probability of getting gold coin from box 1. Gold coin, out of 2 gold, 1 is selected. So 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of selection of box E3. By selecting the box 3, getting of gold. In box 3 only 1 gold. So this is 1. Oh, so this is In this one 2, we have 2, 2 by 2 itself. That means 1. Certainly we get a gold coin. So that is 1 by 3 into 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 2, so 1 by 2. This is probability of getting a gold totally. Now the conditional probability that the gold coin must obtained from box 1 itself, box 1 itself. Now the required probability. By Bayes theorem, the required probability is, now by Bayes theorem, required probability is required probability equal to required probability is probability of once we know that A happened, that should be from E1. That means A on the occurrence of probability of happening of E on the occurrence of A. Probability of E1, conditional probability of E1 on the occurrence of A. That means once we know that the drawn coin is gold, that should be obtained from E1. That probability of E1 intersection A by probability of A itself. Probability of E1 intersection A1. This is 1 by 3 into 1 by probability of A. Total probability is 1 by 2. That is 2 by 3. The required probability is 2 by 3. Actually, this is the total probability of getting gold coin. Once we know that this was happened, choosing of box 1 probability is needed here. That's why I am taking probability of E1 on the occurrence of A. So that by multiplication theorem you can able to find this one. Already P of A is, the total probability is obtained here. Like this, the Bayes theorem may be applicable. Next, so like this, let us take the problems of exercise 13.3. Exercise 13.3. The first one. An urn consists 5 red and 5 black balls. A ball is drawn at random. Ball is drawn at random. Its color. See, color is noted, observed, and is written to the urn. And is written to the urn. Urn means a leather bag is called urn. Moreover, 2 additional balls of the color drawn, additional balls of color drawn, 2 additional balls of same colored drawn ball put in the urn. And then a ball is drawn once again at random. What is the probability? What is the probability that the second ball is red? That the second ball is red. A leather bag contains 5 red and 5 black balls. A ball is drawn at random initially, and observe the color of drawn ball and put it back in the bag, and two such colored balls are included to the balls of the bag, and then a ball is drawn at random. What is the probability that in the second draw, what is the probability of getting red ball in the second draw? That is the required problem here. So here urn contains 5 red balls plus 5 black balls. The urn contains 5 red and 5 black balls. E stands for event of getting red. Event of getting red ball in the first attempt. First attempt. F stands for event of getting black ball in the first attempt. Once a ball is drawn, either you may get red or you may get black. And R stands for event of getting red in second attempt. Ultimately, getting of red is needed here. Okay. Now, in the first attempt, a red ball may be obtained and 2 red balls are included. Once again, we reback that red ball in the urn. Additionally, 2 red balls are included, and finally a red ball may be drawn in the second attempt. That is one case. In other case, initially a black ball is obtained and 2 additional black balls are included along with this drawn black ball in the urn. Finally, getting of red is one more possibility here. That means or may happen in association with either E or in association with F. So here or on the occurrence of E, or on the occurrence of E means in the first attempt getting of red ball, and in the second attempt also getting of red. So this is the event of getting both red. In the first attempt red as well as in the second, and or on the occurrence of F means getting red ball in second attempts, given that black ball is drawn. Black ball is drawn in the first attempt. Black ball is drawn in first attempt. So these are the conditional events. This is called conditional event. Okay. Now, probability of or may be happen. Probability of getting event in the second attempt is probability of E intersection or probability of F intersection or. That means or may be in the second attempt red ball may be associated either with the event of getting red ball in the first attempt or may be associated with event of getting black ball in the first attempt. Before happening of or, happening of E here. So P of E into probability of or on the occurrence of E. Similarly, P of happening of getting of black in the first draw and then getting of red in the second draw. So that probabilities are given by probability of E, probability of getting red ball in the first attempt 5 by 10, because in the first initially we have 5 red and 5 black. 5 out of 5 red, 1 may be selected in 5 C1 ways. The total number of selections are 10 C1. Hence, of course, you may write it as 5 C1 by 10 C1. That is probability of E. After happening of this event, getting of red ball. Getting of red ball means once it was happened, a red ball is drawn, 2 additional red balls are added to the urn to get this or. So that 2 additional red balls are added to this urn, and out of that 7 plus 5 balls, 12 balls, 1 red is considered in 7 C1 by 12 C1. This is the probability of or on the occurrence of E. Similarly, probability of getting a black in the first attempt is 5 C1 by 10 C1. After adding 2 black balls, getting of red. After adding 2, this one. Getting of red in the second attempt means after adding 2 black balls to the urn along with the 10 balls. That means we have getting of red means in such case this number does not changes, hence I am taking 5 C1 by 12 C1. The total number of the balls increases, but the number of red balls does not increases once in the first attempt we get the black ball. So hence I am taking that probability of or on the occurrence of F is 5 C1 by 12 C1 itself. So this is the required total probability of happening of or. Total probability problem. This is the problem related to total probability. Total probability or may happen in association with event E or in association with event F. So based on the 2 events we are getting the required probability of happening of or. So on simplification we get 120 is our LCM, 35 plus 25 by 120. This is 60 by 120, that is 1 by 2. The required probability of getting red ball in the second attempt is 1 by 2 itself, 1 by 2 itself. Okay. second problem of exercise 13.3. A bag contains 4 red, 4 black. 4 red and 4 black balls. Another bag contains 2 red and 6 black balls. One of the two bags is selected at random. A bag is selected at random. And a ball is drawn from the bag. And a ball is drawn from the bag, selected bag, which is found to be red. Which is found to be red. Which is found to be red. Find the probability. Find the probability that the ball drawn from the first bag. Find the probability that the ball is drawn from first bag. Okay. Now, let A stands for selection of the bag 1. A be the bag which contains 4 red plus 4 black balls. Bag A, of course. Black balls. Suppose bag B contains 2 red, 6 black balls. Okay. A stands for event of selection of bag A. B stands for event of selection of bag B itself. Of course, let it be 1 and 2, and you can take A, B are events without confusion. Without confusion, you can take like this. A stands for event of selection of bag 1 and B stands for event of selection of bag 2. And a ball is drawn and found to be selected bag. From the selected bag, randomly a ball is drawn and found to be, which is found to be red. It is confirmed. So hence, let R stands for event of getting red ball from the selected bag. So, probability of choosing bag 1. Probability of choosing bag 1. Choosing bag 1, out of 2 bags, 1 is selected. The probability is 1 by 2. Similarly, selection of bag 2 also, the probability is 1 by 2. Now, probability of or on happening of A on given A. Probability of getting red ball by choosing bag 1. This is the probability of getting red ball by choosing ball from bag 1. In the bag we have 4 red balls, so this is 4C1 by 8C1. 8C1. The total number of balls is 4 by 8, 1 by 8. Probability of R on the occurrence of B. That means probability of getting red ball from bag 2. That is 2C1 by 8C1 itself. 2 by 8, 1 by 4. Now it is found that the drawn ball is red. It is found that the drawn ball is red. That means OR happened. Then what is the probability that it was taken from bag 1, first bag? Now required probability is obtained by probability of happening of A on the occurrence of R. Probability of happening of A. Probability of selection of bag 1. So that given that or found that or was happened, that means a red ball is drawn. So this is probability of A intersection R by probability of R. Okay. Probability of A intersection R is probability of happening of A into probability of R on the occurrence of A by probability R means probability A into probability of R on the occurrence of A plus probability of B into probability of R on the occurrence of B, because R may be happened in association with or may be happened in association with either A or B. So we have to consider the total probability here. Out of that total probability, this is favorable probabilities. That is favorable probability. By the required probability, by Bayes, I am applying the Bayes theorem. So that is probability of A into probability of R on the occurrence of A. Probability of A is 1 by 2. Probability of R on the occurrence of A is 1 by 2. By 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 plus probability of B is 1 by 2 again, selection of bag 2, and getting of red from bag 2 is 1 by 4. Or may happen in both the cases. Out of both the cases, this is favorable possibility for this one. So by Bayes theorem, the required probability is 1 by 4 by, of course, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. 8 is our LCM, 2 plus 1, 3 by 8. So 1 by 4 into 8 by 3. That gives us 2 by 3. The required probability is 2 by 3. So here probability of R. Probability of R is probability of A into probability of R on the occurrence of A. This is one possibility. Or probability happening of B and getting of red from the bag 2 probability. In both the cases, ultimately we get red. So these are, it gives us the total probability of getting red. Out of this one is favor. So favorable events by total number of events. Favorable possibilities by total possibilities. The same concept that we are utilizing here, but here we have involved many events in association with the required event R. That's why we are applying the Bayes theorem. This is by Bayes theorem. Of course, actually this is conditional probability definition. We are generalizing that by Bayes theorem to both the events. Next problem. Third one, I will read the question here. Straight away I will give the answer. Solution. Of the students in a college, it is known that 60% reside in hostel, 40% are day scholars. Previous year's result report that 30% of all students who reside in the hostel, 30% of all students who reside in the hostel attain A grade. 20% of day scholars attain A grade in their annual examination. At the end of year, one student is chosen at random from the college and he has A grade. What is the probability that the student is a hosteler? Okay. So, out of total 100 students, 60% are hostelers and 40% are day scholars. Out of 100 students, let us assume that there is 100 students. Out of 100 students, hostelers or 60%. Day scholars, day boarders or day scholars. Day scholars is only 40%. Hostlers are 40 and day scholars are 10. Out of hostlers, out of hostlers. Out of hostlers, 30% got A grade. Out of day scholars, only 20% got A grade. Grade A grade. In such case, one student is chosen at random from the college and he has A grade. What is the probability that the student is a hosteler? Hosteler. Okay. Hosteler. Okay. H stands for let. Event of choosing hostler. And D stands for event of choosing day scholar. E stands for event of choosing the student who got A grade. So let it be, these are the events. Now probability of choosing a hosteler is 60 by 100. Probability of choosing a day scholar 40 by 100. Probability of choosing a student who got A grade, that was happened E may happen in association with E or E may happen in association with D. So D intersection E. After happening of H, E may happen. After happening of D, E may happen. So this is the probability of H into probability of E on the occurrence of H. Probability of D into probability of E on the occurrence of D. This is the probability of choosing a student with grade A. Now that is equal to probability of choosing a hostler is 60 by 100 into, by choosing hostlers, choosing of A grade student is 30 by 100 plus, by choosing day scholar, that means choosing of day scholar probability is 40 by 100. By choosing day scholar, choosing of A grade person is 20 by 100. Okay. So, based on this probability, required probability is once E happened, that means a student having A grade person is chosen, that he should be a hostler. He should be a hostler. So required probability is probability of H on the occurrence of E. Once it was, we know that it is found that E happened, H is happened. The conditional probability of H on the happening of E, that is to be needed here. So that is probability of H intersection E by probability of E. This is probability of H into probability of E on the occurrence of H by probability of E itself. This is the probability of E. This is totally the probability of E. So probability of H 60 by 100 into probability of E on the occurrence of H, that is 30 by 100 by probability of E may happen 60 by 100 into 30 by 100 plus 40 by 100 into 20 by 100. So this is required probability is that 60 into 30 by 60 into 30 plus 40 into 20. The denominators cancel here. Once this on simplification we get it, removing the zeros, 6 3s 18s, 18 plus 8, 18 by 26. The required probability is 9 by 30. Here the required probability of choosing the hostler, once we know that the student chosen at random having A grade. This is the one application problem related to the Bayes theorem. Just I am applying Bayes theorem here. Next one. A 6 marks question may be asked based on this Bayes theorem. Problem number 4. Exercise 13 point, of course, exercise 13.3, problem number 4. In answering a question on a multiple choice test, a student either knows the answer or guesses. knows the answer or guessing the answer. Let 3 by 4 be the probability that he knows the answer and 1 by 4 be the probability that he guesses. Assuming that a student who guesses at the answer, assuming that a student who guesses at the answer will be correct with probability 1 by 4. What is the probability that the student knows the answer given that he answered it correctly? Given that he answered correctly. Okay. In this case, let E1 event that knowing the answer. E2 stands for event that guessing the answer. Guessing the answer. Three-fourth be the probability that he knows the answer. So given probability of happening of E1 is 3/4. Out of every 4 multiple options, 3 are in favor of knowing the answer. And guessing probability is 1 by 4. Guessing probability is 1 by 4. Assuming that a student who guesses at the answer will be correct with the probability 1 by 4. Now a randomly selected student, of course, one who guesses the answer, it will be correct in 1/4 probability. 1/4 probability. Then what is the probability that the student knows the answer given that answer is correct? Answer is correct. So let A be the event that the student answer correctly. Answer the question correctly. A stands for event that the student answer the question correctly. Given A E2, probability of A on the occurrence of E2. By guessing, the question may be correct. The probability is given as 1 by 4. Assuming that a student who guesses at the answer will be correct with probability 1 by 4. That means probability of happening of A, the question is correct while it was guessing. That is probability of answering the question correctly when guessing. That is 1 by 4. And probability of answering the question correctly by knowing the correct answer. What is the probability? Probability of A on the occurrence of E1 is, once he knows the answer, immediately he will put the answer. So this is certain event. That is 1 actually here. that is 1 here. This point is more important here. Probability of A on the occurrence of E1 is 1 itself, but because once he knows the answer, he immediately picked up the answer and correctly answered the question. So, probability of A answering the question correctly on the occurrence of E1 is 1 itself. It is certain event, because it is certain event. Since it is certain event. Since A, the occurrence of E1 is certain event. Certainly it was happened. Okay. Now, what is the probability that the student knows the answer? Knows the answer. Given that the answer is correct. A is happened. Now required probability. Required probability is the probability that the student knows answer given that he answered correctly. That is probability of happening of E1 on the occurrence of A. Probability that the student knows. Probability that the student knows the answer provided given that the answer is correct. Answering the question is correct. So, probability of E1 on the occurrence of A, that should be required here. So, by Bayes' theorem, this is probability of E1 intersection A, or probability of E1 into probability of A on the occurrence of E1 by A may happen in association with E1 or E2 also. That's why in the denominator the total probability of P of A may be considered in such a way. To probability of A on the occurrence of E. The question may be correct. The question may be correct by knowing the answer or by guessing the answer. So, this is the total probability here. Out of these probabilities, this is the favorable probability. That is by Bayes' theorem, by required probability is probability of E1 on the occurrence of A is probability of E1 into probability of A by E1 by probability of E1 into probability of A by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A over E2. So, probability of E1 probability is 3 by 4 and probability of A on the occurrence of E1 is 1 by 3 by 4 into 1 plus 1 by 4 into 1 by 4, the required probabilities. So, this is 3 by 4 by 3 by 4 plus 1 by 16. This is 3 by 4 by 16 is our LCM. So, 12 plus 1, that is 3 by 4 into 16 by 13. So, this is 4 times 3 into 4 by 13, 12 by 13. The required probability in this problem, is 12 by 13 itself, 12 by 13. That's one important problem. That is one important problem. Okay.